Hello and welcome to Super Mario Words, where we talk about Mario things and then we rank them.
We certainly do.
I'm Sen.
And I am Drew.
And today we're going to talk about Petey Piranha.
We are, because we're going to talk about something we hate.
Yeah, we decided that we're going to talk about something that we hate, because otherwise all the episodes are just going to be about things we like.
And, I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't say I hate Petey Piranha.
We're going to have a whole episode about Petey Piranha's dumb pants. Okay, so let's explain.
Yes.
For those who aren't familiar.
No, it's too long. Let's sum up.
What? Anyway, I don't know what that meant, so I'm ignoring it. So Petey Piranha is a boss that appears in Super Mario Sunshine. He has a head. He's kind of a piranha plant. He has a big piranha plant head, red with the spots and the big weird green lips and the teeth. And he has like a petal mane.
He does.
Like a mane of petals. And he has kind of a weird teardrop-shaped green body.
Yeah.
With two little stubby legs and leaf wings.
He's an anthro piranha plant.
He's a plant sona.
He is.
And he is wearing these kind of like a diaper almost.
It's a weird pair of like
shorts.
God, short shorts.
Yeah, they're red with spots. They're dumb and I hate them.
Yeah, like the piranha plant's head.
Yeah, I
but
hate
dumber.
I hate his dumb pants. I have that in our notes. I hate his dumb pants. That's in there, word for word.
Yeah.
So basically, when you first meet
up.
Petey Piranha, he's just kind of standing on top of a tower.
He sure is.
And then you get up on there and you both fall in, and then you fight him, and basically you spray water in his mouth, and then smash his big dumb belly button.
Yeah, and it's very straightforward. They made up this new boss that's a play on old characters for Sunshine, and,
Yeah,
whatever.
and then you have a second encounter with him later on in which you have to chase him flying around the level, and it sucks and it's awful.
Yeah. And I gotta note, at the end of each of these encounters, he dissolves into paint, implying he's just another one of Bowser Jr.'s creations.
Yeah, but we'll come back to that.
We will.
Let's move on to our first discussion question.
Yes.
Why is there just kind of one of these humanoid piranha plants?
That it's a good question.
So, the obvious answer, the
Yes.
obvious counterpoint is,
Yes.
well, he's just made of paint, and
Yeah.
he can be made of whatever.
Yeah, he can look like whatever, because he's a paint man.
However, Petey Piranha has recurring appearances outside of Sunshine.
He just keeps showing up. I've been scrolling through the wiki page, and it's like, this must be close to the end, right? No, he's the first boss in Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
Good Christ. Why didn't we put in a discussion question, who in God's name in Nintendo likes this character, and why haven't they been fired? That's an important discussion question, I think, but it's not listed.
He's in like every fucking sports game, in the Mario and Luigi RPGs, and the Paper Mario ones.
Good lord.
Puzzle and Dragons?
If you were hoping for an episode where we didn't like the subject, I think we have really hit upon this. Anyway, and besides that, there are also a few variations. There are other types of enemies that are like this.
There are, although there don't seem to be any who are like quite as anthro.
Yeah, but they're all unique individual creatures.
That's true.
Which is weird.
Yeah,
because piranha plants are just plants.
They're just plants.
They can kind of bite you.
They can bite you, or they can shoot fireballs at you sometimes.
Sometimes
they're walking around on the ground and spitting out wind to keep a ball floating.
Those ones do walk.
And maybe this is an evolution of that concept.
I know that intellectually we're aware that evolution is not just like a process that goes from bad to good. But emotionally, I feel like Petey Piranha is some kind of horrific failure of the process.
I mean,
look at
oh boy,
his head has to weigh at least like 60% of his whole body.
How does he even hold it up? Like,
I think that he must be some form of artificial life form.
definitely.
Like
whether or not he's made of paint, he's definitely not naturally occurring.
you know how in Sonic Adventure 2, Robotnik's grandpa...
That's always a good way to start a sentence.
Robotnik's grandpa made 2 attempts at creating the ultimate life form. One of them was sad black hedgehog man.
Yes.
And the other one was just this big lumpy lizard that clearly didn't function as a living thing.
Yes.
And it was like covered in tubes and shit, and it was obviously on some kind of horrific life support.
Yes.
Petey Piranha is like that. I don't have anything to add. He's like that. So I think that he has to be some kind of horrific experiment to create something that hates to be alive.
Oh, God. And we'll take out that hate on Mario and also everyone else around.
Yeah. I think that's probably... What are you looking at?
Mom Piranha, Dino Piranha, and Pee-wee Piranha are all depicted hatching from eggs, suggesting that piranha plants may be oviparous.
That's
not how plants work.
How would... that wouldn't, it would... They're rooted in the ground.
Where did the eggs come from? How did
they...
they get... What?
There's no biological process which is possible to make sense of that.
Oh, God.
It's... No. No.
That's not... Oh, boy.
How do piranha plants reproduce anyway?
Man. Asking how anything in the Mario series reproduces is... a fool's errand?
Yeah, but we can only ask it about plants on a family-friendly show. I'm convinced.
I mean, to be fair,
yes?
Eggs in the Mario games aren't necessarily themselves a method of reproduction. Maybe Yoshi just swallowed up some of these piranha plants.
Oh, and they just sat there for a while.
Yeah.
Or
a Yoshi. That whole deal.
Yeah. I think that... Because, in tennis game...
Yeah.
There's 2 of them.
That is true.
And they appear to just be clones.
Yeah.
Of Petey Piranha. And I think...
a couple of Petey's Piranha.
You can genetically engineer plants.
Yeah,
right?
Easily.
So they probably just have a bag of seeds, and each one
Petey
makes...
Piranha seeds.
Yes, a Petey Piranha.
Oh, Lord.
They're probably just, big, dumb seeds.
Yeah. Oh, God, I'm flashing back to the Duck Dodgers cartoon with the Instant Martians.
Do you think that the seeds also have dumb pants?
They definitely do.
All right.
Oh, God.
So I think that's a pretty definitive answer to this question.
It's certainly a thorough answer.
It's a horrific genetic mistake.
Yes.
Created by artificial means.
Yes.
Purely for the purpose of creating something that hurts to be alive.
And can also help win at tennis.
Yes. Well, or help to lose at tennis.
Whichever, really.
It doesn't play tennis. It just fucks up other people playing tennis. It's not on anyone's team.
It's
just there to fuck up people playing tennis. Or was that basketball?
Oh, God.
Whichever.
One of them's.
I think it may have been basketball. It's just there to fuck up the basketball. Let's move on to question 2.
Okay.
So I noticed, in line with horrific genetic mistake...
Yeah. It was basketball.
For an ambulatory being...
Yes.
Who can fly...
Yes.
Petey Piranha is missing something I would consider important.
Wings?
Eyes.
Oh, yeah. That's much more important.
His leaves do function as wings.
All right.
There is no earthly way they would lift him off the ground, but I'm willing to fudge that.
Yeah. If we're willing to fudge him carrying around his head,
Yeah. There's just... He doesn't even look like he is flying effectively. I think that when Petey Piranha flies, he goes like this. He goes like... He's just desperately flapping, just struggling. You can see the pain it causes him to move his limbs.
Yeah. Oh, Lord.
Just
This is going to be our most disturbing episode yet.
I feel like we've really nailed it on this one because like my contempt for this creature just oozes from every word I speak of
Yeah,
him.
it's true.
So
Piranha.
So regular piranha plants, right?
Yes.
They're rooted in the ground.
They are. Or in pipes.
Or in pipes. I figured that they probably have some sense of hearing or vibration sensing, which allows them to tilt their head towards Mario.
Yeah.
That's fine. They don't have eyes, but I don't think that they really need it.
Yeah.
And
like, this is supported by the fact that a lot of piranha plants, like, they don't readjust their aiming when Mario jumps, but they do, like, switch the direction they're facing when he jumps all the way over them.
Well, they can. I mean, the ones in Super Mario Bros. 3, they can tilt their head up or down.
Okay.
But that's it.
Yeah. So very, very primitive sensing, but sensing nonetheless.
Yeah. The ones in the 3D games can generally face him. But that's in a 2D.
Right.
Plane. They just have to sense his footsteps, basically.
Exactly. And they go tup 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 tup. So how could they not? You know?
Yeah. I mean, if the graboids can sense vibrations, then
God.
I think that.
So are piranha plants a type of graboid?
I mean, don't those have like 5 different life cycle phases that are all radically different?
So they could be.
Yeah, we can't rule it out.
You know, I've never seen the Tremors movie, so.
I just know that every sequel they just do a weird new thing. And you vibrations.
Yeah.
Now I'm just reminded of Half-Life, where it has the same mechanic, but you can basically use like wood boards as like giant shoes, and that somehow doesn't count as vibrations.
I guess it muffles it.
That's charitable.
Mario needs clogs.
Probably not.
Okay. Anyway.
So, I'm thinking about it.
Yes.
In what manner are we seeing Petey Piranha moving about in the game?
Flailing?
Well, yeah. So the first game,
yes,
or the first encounter,
yes, in Sunshine,
yeah, he's just standing.
Yeah, that's true.
When the boss fight starts, he kind of just meanders around a circular arena.
Yeah, just kind of holds him in.
Yeah, and when in the second encounter, he just kind of flaps around haphazardly. He doesn't really go after you. He just kind of flies around. And it's awful because you have to hit him out of the air.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that Petey Piranha can't like direct himself in flight because he was a horrific genetic mistake. I think that he just kind of flaps around at random.
The thing is...
Yeah?
Later Petey Piranhas are playing sports and driving go-karts.
Well, I guess that's a good point.
But is it possible, though?
Yeah.
Petey Piranha that we see in Sunshine is clearly the first Petey Piranha. Is it possible that later Petey Piranhas have been improved upon genetically?
They still don't have visible eyes.
They don't, but maybe they're like, whatever vibration sense piranha plants use has been amped up. Kind of like Daredevil.
Maybe there's some sensory organ in his weird pedal head thing.
Yeah. Or maybe it's magic.
It's possible. It's possible that the pedals function as like ears.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Because what other function do they serve, right? Because think about it. It looks kind of like a mane.
Yeah.
But a lion's mane is kind of meant to like make it look bigger, right?
Yeah, more fearsome.
And Petey Piranha's intimidation factor is negative. So it's clearly not that. And petals on flowers serve the purpose of those like draw like insects and stuff, right?
I think so. And like, yeah, they draw in pollinators.
Yeah.
Because of their bright colors and yeah.
Which is clearly not a thing that you would need.
Oh God, I hope someone isn't pollinating Petey Piranha.
It clearly doesn't make any sense for... I mean,
no, yeah.
He can walk.
Yeah. I mean...
Theoretically.
The original piranha plants don't have petals.
Yeah, that's a new addition. Apparently specifically just to make him look stupider.
So therefore, you're saying that
he needs them because they're a sensory organ. Probably
that makes sense.
Probably
that makes sense.
ears, and it probably gives some kind of like, what's the stuff that lets you keep your balance?
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Because it's
proprioception.
Yeah, something like that. Because
Yeah.
it's like the movements of it around his head could give him a sense of like 3D space.
Yeah.
Because it's a 2D circle aligned in 3D, space.
plane. Yeah.
So if it's vertically aligned, then he could tell that he's standing straight up.
Yeah.
So it probably functions as an ear and a perception, whatever you said.
Yes, I agree.
All right. I think that satisfies me. I think we've actually learned something about the biology of Petey Piranha, whereas I just thought that we were going to say mean things about him for half an hour. So,
progress.
Yeah. All right. Discussion question 3: Did Bowser Jr. actually create Petey Piranha, or what?
Okay, I have a theory about this one.
All right, please do.
And it goes actually back to the episode about the stews,
Mm.
where I noted that the stews have the same stupid pants. Or at least
did.
very similar stupid pants.
They don't look as bad on them, though.
No, well, it's the proportions. Like, Petey's pants are clearly short pants. Stu's pants are proportional.
Yeah, like Bert the Bashful's pants.
Exactly, Bert the Bashful, perfectly good pants.
But
But they look terrible on Petey. But that's not the point. The point is, I thought that they might be some sort of artistic trademark of Bowser Jr.'s. And I think that holds if we assume that, the original Petey was created by Bowser Jr. But also,
yeah,
the original Petey we saw dissolve into paint twice.
yeah.
It is possible that Bowser Jr.'s magical creation was then realized in real life, well, non-magical genetic form.
So he was a prototype for a real living creature.
Exactly.
So basically, Bowser Jr. turned a child's drawing into a real living, breathing creature.
Exactly. Who
and
hates
then,
to be alive.
Yeah, they're like, wow, this thing hurts to live. Let's just like make it more of that.
Like,
I think that's probably not a war crime, but
it might be a war crime.
I think
Or
it's
some kind of crime.
I don't know if war crimes account for like genetic torture of an engineered creature, because it seems a little outside their purview. But it feels
fair.
This is more like
Crimes against humanity.
Yeah, this is more like Full Metal Alchemist style.
Yeah.
Oh
god. But yes. So I'm gonna say that Bowser Jr. like, not innocently, but relatively, non-malicefully created the original Petey, and then some like Magikoopas or other very evil science types in Bowser's army.
Who are the botanists in Bowser's army?
Oh god.
He has to have like specifically dedicated botanists because he has a lot of
plants, and man.
Is it just part of the Magikoopa Corps, or
possibly? Oh god.
Are there specific enemies that would fit the bill?
Well, let's see.
Actually, there is an enemy in Super Mario RPG, or a creature that appears. It looks like a shy guy with like fairy wings and a watering can.
Oh.
And when you come to this like little piranha plant, there's a scene where it waters it, and it grows into like a piranha plant like Cerberus. Called Smilax.
Oh, that's a creepy name.
Yeah, it's like I think it has like one big head, and then when you kill it, it like pops into more heads. Which I guess is more of a Hydra, actually.
This is disturbing on multiple levels.
Hold on.
So that is definitely some kind of evil genetic experimentation.
Yeah. So there's some precedent for this. So maybe we should. There it is. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh yeah!
That's
wow.
some cool shit.
Keeps bouncing up and down. Creepy.
I remember Smilax being pretty tough to beat.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that we have some precedent for that.
Absolutely.
For this idea. And so maybe it has something to do with those like weird flying enemies from like Super Mario Brothers 2.
Ooh,
because it has like a similar design to that.
that is fair.
I have to look at what that creature looked like, but I distinctly remember it. But let's put a pin in that.
Yeah.
That, Bowser employs evil botanists.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh man.
Are we satisfied?
Oh.
What?
Maybe they're the ones who made the poison mushrooms from the Lost Levels.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
This seems like a topic for further discussion in another episode.
Absolutely.
Okay. I think, are we satisfied with the answers to that question?
Yeah, I'm satisfied.
Okay. Let's move on to our next discussion question. How much intelligence and agency does Petey Piranha have?
Now, that's an interesting question.
Uh-huh.
Because, like, the thing is, sometimes Petey Piranha is just this kind of... Petey Piranha does talk, first of all.
Does he?
Doesn't he?
Not in Sunshine, no.
Not in Sunshine, okay.
Does he talk in the other games? The dozens of games in which he appears.
Fucking...
Jesus.
Oh, God. Okay, well, he...
I don't think he talks.
No, he has a voice. He has a voice actor. And it talks about his voice in Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. And in the...
He does definitely make sounds.
He does make sounds. Yeah, man, does he have actual... I mean... Oh, yeah, it talks about his Wiggler's... his voice clips being the same as Wiggler, so maybe he doesn't actually say words. It's not mentioning, like, dialogue here.
I think we're gonna have to let this one go.
Yeah, we would have to do more research, but
there's a lot. We don't have time for you to flip through every single game he's appeared in.
Yeah,
and he definitely doesn't talk in Sunshine.
Yeah, okay, maybe not then.
He makes big dumb noises.
I mean, that's true. But some of the PDs clearly have some intelligence of their own. You know, they drive go-kart.
They can drive.
They play sports. There is some level of strategic thinking.
Mm-hmm. So it's... What if... Hold on. I actually... Didn't I have a specific phrasing? Yeah, I said, does he have a poet's soul, or is he kind of just a big plant? Yeah. What if there's the deep tragedy of Petey Piranha is that he's actually like hyper intelligent, but he just is stuck in a body that barely functions. Like,
oh man!
Suppose you were a genius.
Yes.
Like
suppose I was.
You were like, I don't know, Einstein. You were like Ramanujan.
Yeah.
You were one of those guys.
One of them dudes.
And you had this body.
Oh.
What would you like do with it?
Oh Lord. It's a good question.
You wouldn't be able to independently recreate large chunks of the Western mathematics system on your own.
Oh, Lord.
Because you wouldn't have fingers to do that with.
Oh, that's really dark. I'm just going to go with he's a big plant.
You think he's just a big plant?
I think he's probably basically a big plant with maybe... I mean... Piranha plants have some level of awareness, you know, enough to understand where you are and treat you as prey, you know? So some animalistic level. And Petey Piranha might have a little bit more than that if he's, like, driving and stuff.
Well, okay.
But
here's my thought.
Yeah.
In the context of the Mario universe,
yeah,
babies can drive.
Oh, that's a good point. And babies can also be doctors.
Which means...
Yes.
That... we can estimate that he probably has a minimum and potentially a maximum intelligence, roughly of a toddler.
Yeah.
Does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds right. Honestly, looking at him, that sounds exactly right.
Yeah. Now that I've said it, I realize that there can't really be any other answers.
Yeah. So Petey Piranha is basically a toddler, and they mass produce them and they use them for fighting. That's extremely bad, actually.
Yeah,
that's also dark, but in a different way. I
mean, to be fair,
yes,
most animals have at or below, like chimpanzees have like the intelligence level maximum of like a 3-year-old human, which doesn't mean they're children. Well, it just means that they're dumb. And
I'm not. Oh Lord. Well,
Look, if you
train Piranha is in fact dumb. I will agree with that.
If you trained a chimpanzee to hold a gun. It wouldn't be a child soldier. It would be bad for other reasons. I will grant you that.
I mean, it would still be unethical in a similar way.
Well,
I feel like.
True.
That's the heart of this, I think, is that it's whatever we're talking about is extremely unethical to put a dumb animal in harm's way like this.
Yeah, it raises an interesting question, which is like, of Bowser's army, are we looking generally at like intelligent soldiers? And I think for the most part, probably.
Yeah.
Like, Goombas, clearly...
Like, there are Goombas with lots and lots of dialogue in the RPGs.
Goombas basically have human-level intelligence.
Yeah, definitely. Koopa Troopas, too.
Yeah.
Boos can see beyond the veil.
Yeah. Are piranha plants, like, even sentient, though? Because, they're inspired by, like real-life carnivorous plants.
That's true, but those basically just have reflex, that a fly lands on them, they close, Whereas piranha plants can at least seek out their prey. So they're probably at least a level above that, but at the same time, it's pretty basic.
I'm going to say the piranha plants aren't sentient, but any of the ones that have the capacity to, like, move in an animal-like manner probably are.
Yeah.
Which means that it's not unethical to use piranha plants in war, but it is unethical to use Petey piranha in war.
That's fair. I'll go with that.
If there are any examples of like piranha plants that talk, then maybe we can reopen that.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's really... I don't think so.
Okay.
All right. So let's move on to our next discussion question, which is... I just hate his dumb pants.
That is not a question.
It's more of a comment than a question. And I don't know if we can or should discuss it because I put it in there as a joke.
We should. That means we should discuss it.
Well, all right.
So, what about his pants is so dumb? I mean, we did address this a little earlier.
They look like just dumb underpants.
Yes. It really looks like he's running around in basically underpants.
It's like underpants just kind of look silly.
Yes.
Already.
They're like briefs with a piranha plant pattern on them.
Yeah. Everything about Petey Piranha, it's like anti-design. I can only imagine.
Oh God.
That it's on purpose. Like, it's on purpose, right? He looks like a dumb idiot baby on purpose.
Yes.
He must.
Like, if you told an artist, take a piranha plant and make it look like an extremely dumb toddler, this is basically what you'd come up with.
Yeah, basically, yeah. He's a big dumb baby.
Yeah.
But the one design element that I can't stand is just his dumb pants.
Yeah.
Do you think that they got to the point where they had the design of Petey Piranha out, the big head, the teardrop-shaped body, the leaf arm.
The overall sketch.
Yeah. Do you think that at some point in the process someone stopped and was like, he looks naked. Let's give him dumb pants.
Let's give him some pants.
Because I'm trying to imagine. Yeah. I'm trying to form a mental picture of what he looks like without it. And I don't know if I can because the dumbness of the pants are just so intrinsically linked in my mind to his design that I just can't. But his body is like a sack with legs.
It's true.
It's just a green bag.
I can't imagine that, like, censors would be up in arms if Petey Piranha didn't have pants.
Yeah, it's not like we're dealing with a Sally Acorn problem, right?
Yeah.
Where everyone's like, she doesn't have pants.
She's kind of a little too anthro not to have pants.
Yeah, but no, his body is a bag.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's any justifiable reason to give him dumb pants. I just don't see it.
Okay, but what about this?
Okay.
What if Petey Piranha was just straight up wearing a pair of jeans? What would you think of that?
I would hate that. Hold on. In what way would it go on his body?
Let's say he had like a belt that was belted slightly higher than where the dumb pants are.
And would it go over his legs?
He would have weirdly proportioned pant legs. And just little feet sticking out of him.
That would look awful.
Yeah, that's true. Is there any kind of lower body covering that would not look awful on Petey Piranha?
They designed a creature that can't look good wearing pants. Here's what you need for your body to sensibly wear pants.
Uh-huh.
You need a waist.
Yes.
And you need reasonably proportioned legs.
Yes.
He has neither of those.
What about a skirt?
I maybe?
That could work, actually.
Maybe. It would... but you know what? If you were going to have a thematically consistent skirt, you just have to use the pedals, I think. And,
yeah, that would make sense.
But no, because they would just... we already know the pedals look dumb. It would...
True.
I'm sorry. Petey Piranha, at his inception, was made to look dumb.
Yeah.
I can't believe we actually made that into a real discussion question. I didn't think that we would actually bother. I just put that in there as a joke because I hate his dumb pants so much.
I love it. Yeah, that's just our superpower.
All right. Shall we move on to the rankings?
Let's.
So Stu is mainly at the bottom because I was not super inspired by his design elements.
Yes.
And by virtue of that, Petey Piranha would kind of necessarily go under that.
Yeah, like we've talked about how Petey's design is straight up worse than Stu's design. Pants alone. Let alone everything else.
I know that we have kind of like we have opened this episode from the start knowing we were going to put him at the bottom of the list.
Absolutely.
But let's just...
That was kind of the intent.
Yeah. Let's just kind of give consideration just for a little bit, just to make it a discussion. Like, let's just pick, I don't know, like, how does he stack up compared to, like, Dry Bones?
Oh, well, okay. In terms of the design, Dry Bones is relatively elegant, you know?
Yeah.
He's a Koopa skeleton.
Yeah.
A skeletal Koopa. And even though, as we discussed, that doesn't quite make sense anatomy-wise, it makes perfect sense in terms of design.
Yeah. Mechanically, I mean, he's a recurring enemy.
Yeah.
You kind of understand what you're working with when you see him, like, okay, this is an enemy that's easy to temporarily stop, but hard to kill.
Yes,
It
absolutely.
works well mechanically.
Petey Piranha definitely doesn't have that.
Petey Piranha, as a mechanical fight, it works fine one time, and the second time it's awful. I hate it. It's really not good. I don't like that at all. Like, because you have to aim the things, you like fill up these like balloon creatures, and they just kind of go everywhere.
Oh yeah,
and it sucks.
Oh,
it's the worst. So mechanically inferior, design inferior,
and like in his later appearance, he mostly seems to be there to just be a big dumb boss. A role that anybody could fill.
Petey Piranha.
Yeah.
And Dry Bones is also a recurring sports character.
That is true, actually.
And as such, I mean, his design works fine. It's just kind of a generic, like, a body to fill the slot.
Yeah.
It works fine. It's you know, in a relatively appealing design.
Yeah.
You don't feel bad about seeing him again, unlike Petey Piranha.
Yeah.
Clearly inferior. All right. So the Shy Guy came off kind of weak.
Yeah.
But let's... the Shy Guy's design is fine, which is
the Shy Guy's design is I feel like, you know, nice and elegant.
Yeah,
not super standout, but put it in a slot and I will, you know, it's good.
Yeah.
You're good.
The main point of interest we kind of discussed was the lore potential.
Yeah,
as the sleeping servants of the rage of a dead god.
Yeah. And to be fair, we did get some good lore out of Petey Piranha.
Yeah, and I think if we compare, like, definitely Petey Piranha is a horrific genetic experiment that hurts to live.
Yeah.
Is interesting, but only in ways that make him look worse.
Yeah.
And I think that when you compare the lore-heavy episodes, I think that most of them, I guess Fireflower is a little weak in that regard, but it's also a strong, like, iconic thing.
Yeah.
So I think that we can see that when you compare Petey Piranha to almost anything else, design-wise, he's one of the worst characters in a good Mario game. We're not counting like Hotel Mario. We're not counting anything like that. And in terms of mechanics, his first fight is fine, but the second one sucks.
He rarely... I can't think of any time that he's gone above fine.
Yeah, in terms of lore, it's interesting, but it makes you realize how much he shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
So I think that we can safely put him just kind of right. So he's the bottom.
He's our new bottom.
unlike this is a first. We have set a baseline. We will have to actively try to find something that goes below him.
Yes.
Oh
God.
So, but we do have important new lore. We have a new lore lead, which is Bowser's evil botanist.
Yes.
So,
oh Lord.
Okay, in terms of lore,
Mm-hmm.
what we've put together, we should definitely put this in our notes. Bowser's evil botanist.
Mm-hmm.
We have troubling metaphysical questions about the dead,
Yes.
and in connection, Professor Elvin Gadd and his inventions and experiments.
Yes.
Which also ties into the portals.
Yes.
The painting technology, which was seen, keeps popping up in different places. And,
Absolutely.
And we have, of course, Phanto, the rage of a dead god.
Yes, and the Shy Guys, his unknowing sleeper agents.
Yeah, and we also have some fairly independent stuff about fireflowers and their cultivation, which we might be able to touch on later.
I mean, evil botanists might intersect with that at some point, but...
Maybe. That might intersect with just, like, the botanist technology that exists in the universe.
Yeah. We have the history of the Koopa Kingdom.
Yeah, that's another thing. We have Super Mario World is 1770-76.
Yes!
That's
only come up once, but will come up again.
I really want to use that again. It's not going to make any sense to anyone who hasn't heard of the comic.
Yeah.
Read 1770-76. It's good. That's 1 and then 3 sevens and then 6.
Yeah.
It's written by John Boyce.
Yeah.
It's about satellites who like football.
Yes.
And it's good.
Yeah. And
you will be able to understand that episode a little bit better.
Yes.
If you watch it. Also, you will have read a good webcomic.
And that is its own reward.
It is. Anyway.
Much like listening to a good podcast.
So this episode ran a little bit long because we ended up just talking about his dumb pants. So let's close it out.
Alrighty, sounds good.
Alright, goodbye everybody.
Bye-bye. Still need a new catchphrase.